Dance with Mary NYC. This month, I'd like to talk to you about beginners in pointe shoes, or am I ready to go on pointe? And with me today, I have my friend and colleague, Tomiko Magario.
Hello, Millie.
So excited to have you here. Tomiko and I both work together at the school at Steps, and as I always say, I am so lucky to have so many wonderful friends and colleagues that I work with here in New York City, and I'm so excited to share their information and their knowledge with you on my channel. So Tomiko is, I actually used to be your pointe shoe fitter.
Yes.
I used to be Tomiko's pointe shoe fitter way back in the day, so that's another thing that makes me really excited to have her on the channel. So I want to talk about pointe shoes and beginners. You have taught beginners, like taking them from very low level to all the way to pointe shoes, and I've watched you do this. I watch your class all the time. I watch you teach all the time. Not only did I admire your dancing, but I also, you're welcome, of course. I also have noticed that she has a very interesting way of approaching some of the beginners with pointe shoes and getting them ready. One of the things that I do like about the school at Steps, where we both work, is that they have a criteria for pointe shoe readiness. It's based on the Harkness Center for Dance Injuries criteria. It's based on balance, control, and alignment. And within that, you have your own sort of criteria and your own way of looking at things. And I want to go over each one of those points. The first one is, this is so interesting, I had never seen this before. It's called the stretch test or the pencil test.
I heard pencil test.
Pencil test. I never heard this before. So I'm going to get my shoe model maybe to help us out with that. So maybe you've got a pencil there and you can show us with the pencil.
So when you the flexibility of this joint like here is quite crucial for the pointe work. So when you, well, there is no muscle, so you can't quite see with that. But if you place a pencil here, and if you don't have enough flexibility that it gives a space between the pencil and the foot, it's not ideal. So you want to have at least your,
help you out with that.
Thank you. You are touching the pencil, or ideally, thank you, hold that. It will
even go further.
Off from the pencil. That will be more ideal.
So what would be if the pencil test was sort of
So if the metatarsal area touches a pen or pushes off that way, and this area, if your foot is not touching the pencil, that's not necessarily ideal for...
Right, so their ankle wouldn't even be touching it. Right. So let's go back to the one where it is sufficient enough for them to go on pointe. So if this is their ankle, say flesh, bones, tendons, such.
And they usually say the tendons and muscles. So if it touches, and ideally that's going to go
even further
off from the pencil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is, you can do it, but I know that some people really do have a problem. So this is Amelia, my student at the school at the Steps. She's helping me today, and you have been on pointe about 2 weeks. So she's still new to this, but let's try. So here is a demonstration of the pencil test. You put the pencil against your shin bone, and Amelia, point your foot. Good, like that. So as you can see, her toe is coming off from the pencil. That's ideal. Relax your foot. That's right, about here. This is kind of minimum you want to have for the pointe work. If that goes less, and you start seeing space between the pencil and your foot, your pointe work will be really challenging. Right? One more time, point your foot. All the way. Nice. Good. So, ideally, you want to have your toe, metatarsal to the toe, come off from your pencil, and relax it. Yeah, this is still workable. You can still do that, but this will be difficult. So here's a demonstration of the articulation of the foot. Go to the half point. Good. So as you can see, this arch is completely up. This, if you have a pencil, it's completely stretched here. And then go to the point. Right. And go to the half point. Again, this is completely stretched, arch is lifted, and go back in. Good. One more time, half point. Good. And point. And half point. And in. When that's not articulated, go to the half point. I see this sometimes, let's your foot down here, right? So you're on the half point and you are not, either you're weak or you're tight. Weak on the back side or weak and short on the front side. You cannot execute the half point correct on the tendu. You tend to point this way. So she has a great foot, but now it doesn't look that good. Okay? One more time. Go down and in. Half point and point and half point and in. Again, half point. If you don't have the flexibility or the strength, sometimes I see this, and then you try to point with your toe, and this is how it happens. This is really difficult on point. Most likely you don't stand up. Okay? And half point and in. Good. One more time. Half point and point. Half point and good. I hope you can see the difference.
I just want to say thank you today for Amelia and Tomiko. Thank you so much for coming in and helping me out today. I thought the demonstrations were terrific. I think everybody's going to learn a lot. And I also wanted to say thank you to the School at Steps and Kate Thomas, the director. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments below.